Hello and welcome to the Shimano GP Queensland Logan version, race number 1 in Queensland for our Shimano GP. It's very exciting. This is the rider brief. That is a koala. We're at the Daisy Hill Koala Park doing this rider brief. This is a fantastic place to visit when you're in Logan. The whole park gets 600,000 visitors a year. Many of them are mountain bikers, and for those of you in Queensland, you'll know this place. Daisy Hill has been a popular mountain bike destination for Brisbane guys for a couple of decades now, and let's face it, they're fabulous trails here. All right, I've got going to cover a few things. I'm going to talk briefly about our venue. I'm going to cover, most importantly, our COVID rules. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the racing and the facilities that we're bringing to you guys. Let's talk the venue. We're here at Daisy Hill. This is the Koala Park entrance, and most of the people who ride Daisy Hill will know this entrance because, let's face it, it's crazy here on weekends. There are millions of people trying to ride their bikes, go for bushwalks, take their dogs for a walk, see the Koala Park, etc. So we're not on this side. We're over the other side. We're on the Ford Road car park. So it's the corner of Ford and Avalon Road in Priestdale. That's where we've got our event village. That's where we're going to be. We're out of the way, hopefully. We won't be too much in the way of people who come to visit the Koala Park. And that's where we are. Over on that side, Google it. There is a little bit of roadworks on the way in. We're hoping that they'll be closed by the time we get there.
All good. Sorry.
I've got a beginner camera operator, sorry guys. We're hoping the roadworks will be finished on the weekends, but they're putting in some power lines, so a couple of roads are closed over there, but Google is all over that. So just Google map where you want to get to and it'll find the right way to go. Again, so the Ford Road car park and trailhead is where we're setting up our event. Right next to that, there's a road, gravel road in, that goes to the Catering quarries, and the Catering quarries have been fantastic to let us park on an easement, power line easement that runs into the top of their quarry. There'll be people there helping you park. It's about a 50 or 70 metre walk in or walk back from the car park back to the trailhead, and then another couple of 100 metres up to where our event hub will be. Park in there, follow the signs, there'll be toilets there. Walk up into the park, you'll get to meet Joe at Rego, and the event hub will be there. Everybody must go past Joe, please. Everybody register, even spectators. We want to keep a track of everybody for COVID, etc. Let's talk about the track. It's an 8K loop. It uses a heap of single track, but after approximately every 2 kilometres it breaks out on a fire road, so there's lots of passing. The whole track only has 110 metres of climbing. All of the descending pretty much happens in the first 2Ks, and then it's a slow climb back. 100 metres of climbing over 6Ks, you mountain bikers know it's pretty flat. You probably won't even notice that you're climbing. That's the loop. There'll be a 300 metre long transition area, so there'll be lots of space, and we're spreading out. And the reason we're spreading out is COVID, and let's run through some of the COVID specific rules. Start off with outside events in Queensland are currently restricted to 500. For Rocky Trail, we want to be well underneath that restriction, so we're limiting this race. We've increased it from 250, we're at 300, but 300 is our hard cap, so there'll be 300 races, which means if 100 people turn up to spectate and support, we'll be well underneath our 500 maximum, and that's what we want to make sure we're doing. We want to make sure we're leading by example, and mountain biking, prove that mountain biking is such a fantastic sport to be doing during COVID. Because we're limited to 300, because of COVID rather, we've changed the rules on our refund policy. For whatever reason you want a refund, you want to transfer your entry to a different event, no questions asked, we'll do it. And the reason is, if you've been affected by COVID and gone to a hotspot, you've accidentally run across one of those teenagers in Queensland who brought COVID back from Victoria. We've got a small outbreak in the local area from 2 people who didn't obey the rules for whatever reason. you don't want to come, we have absolutely no questions asked refund policy. Just get in touch with us. Yeah, so if you've been to a hotspot, if you're suffering any symptoms or feeling a bit sick, or if you just feeling anxious about, oh, I don't know if I should go out, I've got an elderly mum, etc, 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 any reason at all, no problems, no questions asked, we will refund you or transfer you to a different event. To other COVID things, we track everybody. We need to track everybody. So when you come to the event village, if you're a rider, you'll come up and you'll say, hi, I'm entered in the race, here's my name, I'll get my number plate, and I'm through the gate and registered. No need to sign on. We do a no touch registration, so that there'll be no handshakes, there'll be no, we won't be handing you stuff. We'll put it on the table and you can pick it up off the table. All our staff will be wearing gloves, etc. If you're a supporter, we've got a supporter registration. It's on the website. If mum decides to turn up just on the day and she turns up to support you, there'll be a QR code that'll link you through to the Google form that will be so we can keep your details. Those details are for COVID tracking. We must do that. Now, with a small outbreak in Queensland, the New South Wales border, please, please, please don't lie to the border people. They're trying to keep Queensland safe. They're trying to keep, let's face it, they're only doing it to keep mountain bike racing open. So please tell them what's going on. If you are crossing the border, remember you must do a COVID declaration on your way through. Do not lie on that COVID declaration. Please, just if you have been to a hotspot, if you have symptoms, if you any reason, let us know and we'll refund the money, and just don't turn up. It's simple as that. Again, we do a no touch rego, so that is reminding everybody that there's a no touch, so no high fives, no hugging. No, in transition we don't require a touch transition, it's just a ride past. Remember your social distancing, 1.5 metres. The start area we will have marked out with extra space, 1.5 metres, so you can keep bike length between. That's a perfect way of measuring. 1.5 metres is about a bike length, so as long as you're a bike length between everybody, then you're fine. There'll be a grid set up on the start line. That grid will be 1.5 metres. Everybody will line up on the grid. We're going to get you all to self-seed. So those of you who think you're fast, get up the front. Those who aren't so fast, get down the back. There's no reason on a 4-hour race to be in the front row of the grid if you're going to be in the middle of the pack by the end of the race. You just relax, get in the grid, get on one of the lines that we've marked on the ground, line yourself up. I'll put about 1 kilometre worth of start loop in. So there'll be 1 kilometre of rolling before you get to the first bit of single track. So there'll be lots of time to sort yourselves out. There'll be lots of space between them. Stay in your grid, please. Race etiquette, passing. There's lots and lots of fire roads where you can pass, no problems at all. Just take advantage of those. Remember to respect the rider in front of you, and the riders in front, remember that there's somebody behind you wanting to get past. If they're doing it nice and politely, please just talk to each other. I've got a rider behind me who's asking me to pass. I'm going to get off as soon as I can, safely, get out of the way. Just keep riding your bike. All the trails here at Daisy Hill are quite wide, and like I said, less than 2 Ks, you're going to hit fire road. It's on those fire roads, just let the people past you. If you stop to help an injured rider, please stop. Please stop if you see a rider down. Please stop and render assistance. If you tell the next person to go to the next marshal and inform the right on the number plate is my mobile number. I will be as the race director, I will send first aid in. If you've got an injured rider, please stay with that rider. At the end of the day, when the race is tallied up, if you've been with that injured rider for 20 minutes and helped them, then you get 20 minutes credit back on your time, and if that adjusts the podiums, then that's what will happen. We'd rather have all our riders home safe than any issues. Cheering, let's keep a little bit of distance back from the track to cheering, just to stop any transmission of any other viruses. In transition, it's a no-touch transition, so just ride straight past. At the race finish, at the end of the race, please check your results. They're all online. There'll be a QR code. Click that and you'll go direct to the results page. check where you've come, and if you've podiumed, go and see Joe in the Rego tent and pick up your medals. There'll be photos being taken, and on Tuesday-ish, we'll do a virtual presentation. So there's no presentation at the end of the race. Just head on home. Thanks very much for coming, and yeah. Lastly, our facilities out on track. First thing, we're not bringing any water. So if you don't have water, you're going to be very dry. We don't have any water to share. We can't do, for COVID reasons, we can't use shared water bottles. So if you make sure you bring enough water for your day. We do have catering. So High Class Burgers will be there. They do a fantastic job. Jungle Bean Coffee is going to be there, and they do an awesome job. So hydrate using Jungle Beans coffee, and re-energize using the High Class Burgers, because they're fantastic. We have a black mechanic, MTB mechanic. She'll be out there. She's fantastic and very, very helpful. We've got first aid, the best in the business, 1300 medics, and we'll have some marshals out on track. Last thing, Outer Image are taking photos at all Rocky Trail events. Outer Image take the photos. They're completely professional. They're some of the best mountain bike photographers in the country. They take the photos and they're yours free. So on Monday or Tuesday, once they've processed them all, you'll be able to collect your photos, and they're fantastic. I think that's all. That guy's gone for a nap. Sorry, Joe?
And we'd just like to thank all our partners.
Oh yes, we are thanking partners. Biggest partner this event is the Logan City Council. They've done a great job getting us here. Obviously, we want to thank our great sponsor in Shimano. They've been fantastic. And the club, Rats, and the Land Care Group, and the Trail Care Group. They've changed their name recently. I'll tell you what they are later on Saturday.
Daisy Hill Trail Care.
Daisy Hill Trail Care. They used to be Logan City Trail Care. Yeah, so fantastic groups. Rats Club has been amazing. They're the best club in South Brisbane. How's that? These guys, it's nap time, so, and we're going to go get some lunch. We'll see you all Saturday, and yeah, stay safe. Yup.